Your boy Heaven Hollywood for the IE Network. This is the Heaven Hollywood Report. I'm going to do a podcast segment on this, but we're just going to touch on something really quickly, and that is Rachel Nichols apologizes to Maria Taylor on air before her show, The Jump. She pretty much came on and said, she doesn't like to be the story. She never meant to be the story. But she also knows, when she needs to step in and say something. Now, according to her, she never meant to disrespect Maria Taylor, and that was not her intention. She was really frustrated at the process of ESPN, not at Maria Taylor. She said, but if Maria is upset, then that's all that matters. And I am the cause of her being upset. And for that, I 100% truly apologize. I have a lot of respect for Maria Taylor. And I feel blessed to be with my colleagues here on the ESPN and whoop, 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 whoop. So Maria Taylor has not responded so far to Rachel Nichols' apology. And if you know Maria Taylor, I don't think Maria Taylor will be accepting this apology anytime soon. And if ESPN wants to keep Maria Taylor and pretty much maybe prevent her from possibly filing a lawsuit for discrimination against ESPN, they're going to probably have to give her that bag she was asking for when she was asking for Stephen A. Smith money. Now, in case you are not up to speed, there was an audio tape leaked from Rachel Nichols in her hotel room during the pandemic season. Now remember, this was not this year's finals. This just happened to come out this year's finals. This is not something that happened a week or 2 weeks ago. This is when they were pretty much confined to their hotel room during the 2020 season in the bubble in Orlando, Florida. So Rachel Nichols was actually talking on the phone to a LeBron James advisor, ironically. And she basically told him that she was frustrated that ESPN pretty much took away the job they promised her, and they gave it to Maria Taylor because they wanted to make themselves look good about their crappy history on diversity. So what she basically said is Maria Taylor didn't get that job because she earned it. She pretty much got the job because ESPN was trying to make themselves look good. That's the tape that leaked. Now, Steven Jackson, who appears sometimes on The Jump with Rachel, and he has his podcast with Matt Barnes titled All the Smoke. He came on and defended Rachel Nichols, and he defended Maria as well, but he defended Rachel Nichols way more than he did Maria, and basically said that it's ESPN's fault. They gave Maria Taylor a job. He came out and said a sympathy job. He made it seem as though that Maria Taylor didn't deserve it. Wasn't they didn't give her an honest job. That's what he said. He basically said they didn't give her a job honestly. They gave it to her to try to save face, and that was a job that they promised Rachel. And Rachel has every right to be upset. He then goes on to say, Rachel Nichols, I know Rachel, now y'all don't know her, and don't forget when Rachel first started The Jump, she hired all black people. Don't forget that, he said. Rachel hired all black people. Well, thank you so much, Massa. We have a nice house here, Massa. What's the matter, boss? We sick? Are you kidding me, Steven Jackson? So Steven Jackson says, remember, Rachel never showed me that she was racist. If you recall, when I got here on The Jump, Rachel hired all black people. Maybe she hired all black people because she knew that she can get the most out of them because they were all athletes, and knew she could probably pay them the most and get to pretty much boss them around and tell them what to do. So I don't want to hear anything about, oh, because she hired black people, that means she's not racist. That is couldn't be further from the truth. I'm not saying Rachel Nichols is racist, but don't give me, oh, she hired all black people as the deciding factor of her not being racist. Then we got poor Kendrick Perkins, who is on the jump with Rachel and Richard Jefferson. And he pretty much said, thank you, Rachel, for taking accountability. Kendall didn't go out there and cape for Rachel. He just said, I know your heart. I know what type of person you are. But I'm glad you apologized to Maria Taylor. I know Maria as well. So Kendrick just didn't really take any sides. And I see a lot of black people dragging him and some on Clubhouse. I don't know what Kendrick's even doing on Clubhouse with these losers. But I seen some woman trying to drag Kendrick Perkins in to say he should use his platform to say something. Doesn't he see the systematic problems within ESPN? This was the time for him to use his platform. And let me tell you something. Kendrick Perkins has 4 children and a wife. He's no longer playing basketball. He's not the top analyst or personality on ESPN. So he has to get it how he get it. Why should Kendrick Perkins have to be thrown on the sword with with Rachel Nichols or whoever else? Why does Kendrick Perkins have to defend Maria Taylor and crap on Rachel Nichols when this man's got to feed his family? It's easy for people to come out there and call Kendrick Perkins a coon. They're calling Kendrick Perkins an Uncle Tom, saying he's afraid of the white man. This man has a family to feed. He has a family to feed, and this has nothing to do with him. This has everything to do with Rachel, Maria Taylor, and ESPN. Those are the only 3 people that need to be in a meeting. Not Steven Jackson, because he is commenting. Not Kendrick Perkins. No other black should be dragged into this. This should be between Rachel Nichols, Maria Taylor, and ESPN. And the funny thing is, the dude she was talking to, the LeBron advisor, this dude came out and said he was exhausted with Black Lives Matter and exhausted with all this social injustice. Well, guess what, buddy? LeBron James, once this gets back to him, he's going to make you unexhausted and unemployed. So you're still going to be exhausted waiting on the unemployment line for some new work. Because by you saying that, smiling on LeBron's face, saying this is a great idea, this and the other, and then it comes out that you're saying you're exhausted by the whole thing, oh, LeBron's not going to let that fly, sir. So you might as well start looking for a new gig, because it's only a matter of time. Now, as I said before, Maria has not responded to the apology. I don't think she will, and Rachel says she's chosen not to, and I respect that. That's fair. That's her right. So the whole thing is, Rachel Nichols is trying to say she was not insulting Maria Taylor, but since she was insulting Maria Taylor, now maybe she didn't mean for it to come off as an insult towards Maria, but you have to look at it, and Steven Jackson as well. You have to look at it from Maria's standpoint. You're sitting here basically saying she got the job, not that she deserved it or talented enough, but you're constantly saying Rachel deserved that job. So are you saying that Maria didn't deserve the job? Now, I do understand that they promised this job to Rachel. I understand that. And it was in her contract that she was supposed to do the NBA Finals, and they gave that to Maria. But Steven Jackson, you should not be taking sides. That's exactly what it sounds like you were doing. Taking sides. Now, the funny thing is, Kwame Brown kind of warned us about Rachel Nichols. He never came out and said, "Oh, she's Rachel," but he always said that, he feels as though Rachel Nichols is all of those dudes' masters. All of they master, Rachel Nichols. And I'm sorry, it comes across as racist. Maybe you don't think it is. Maybe she don't think it is. But like she said, the only person that needs to think it is Maria. And if she thinks it comes across as racist, if she thinks you were trying to disrespect her, then you have to take her word for it and you have to eat that, Rachel Nichols. If she's not listening to your apology, try to apologize again. So we'll keep an eye on it. Steven Jackson dragged through social media. Everyone saying he's caping for Rachel. What do y'all think in the comments? Do y'all think that this is a Rachel thing? Do you think this is a ESPN thing? Or, or is what Rachel Nichols said people just overreacting because they want to try to race bait people? Or do you think she did disrespect Maria Taylor? Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think below, and I'll be back and see you in the next video.